What's going on, everyone? It's the Trade Baron here, and I'm going to do my daily recap for the Nasdaq. I trade futures. I only trade the Nas, and it is April 22nd of 2025. All right, so I don't like really trading anything before 7:30, but we did have a setup here, and we're basically just going to start there. So I don't like trading before 7:30. The market does open at 8:30 my time. I'm in Texas, so our first trade came about right here. This one. So we were constantly breaking past these dotted lines, which are just swing high, swing lows, and we were constantly making lower lows, breaking past them and closing past them. We just don't want to, wick underneath one and then just come back, like right here. You see the wicks that are coming above these highs. Let's see if we got another one real quick. Another wick right here. This is nothing. We want price to actually close above or below a swing for us to consider it. So this is telling us that it's going down, going down. And then we finally got a couple wicks coming up here, but they didn't do anything. And then we finally got the close. This would have been our entry if we were deciding to take this long. It is a bit too early for me here, but we'll go ahead and mark this one out. Stop loss below these swing lows. This one happens to coincide with the 5-minute over here. And we're riding this thing up this whole time. We're waiting for its close below on the 2-minute. We did start to lose momentum right here around 8:12. That market was about to open, and it did open right here, and it was breaking above those highs. You got a couple wicks right here. Here's another wick, and then it finally closed. This was very, very difficult to see if it actually closed beneath it, but I probably just would have been out. Honestly, that market open, you really don't know which way things are going to go. But if you had held on to this, you would have made a nice amount, really nice amount, because it was still breaking above these highs. You see our MACD right here. That was our only fake out, this one right here. Our MACD started to get a little bit on the histogram here. On the histogram, you can see that MACD getting really close to that zero, looking like it was going to go down, and it didn't. It just completely reversed from there. I remember I was in this trade. I was waiting for it to go down the entire time because I had missed getting in here. I think I woke up a little bit late. So I missed getting in and I was looking for the short, and I took this. Instead, it decided to go that way, and I didn't jump in. I should have jumped in for the reversal play, but I didn't. All right, let's see. If you had held on to this, though, you would have made a nice amount. This kept going and going and going all the way through here. You didn't really get anything to the end. You see that MACD starting to break, but it didn't break past any of these swing lows or close below them, which is the most important. So we were holding on until about right here, 278 points if you had held on to this. And then it finally closed below that, and that's essentially where you would have gotten out at. This also happens to coincide with the next entry, which was right here. Sometimes they coincide, other times they don't. Let's see right here. So you would have then taken this one short from there, and this trade you would have actually taken a loss on. So let's see what we got here. I think I was in this trade. And then I jumped into this next one right here. This was when I actually started to get back into it because I didn't have the best day today. I was just break even. So, I mean, it's better than a red day, but at the exact same time, I wasn't trading at my best. I was really trying to pick the highs here. All these, I was trying to pick the highs. I wasn't trading my system at all. So right here, this would have been a 28-point loss. And then this definitely would have been a long from around this area. This would be a little bit too early. You could have jumped in there just a little bit too early, but about right here, you could have taken that one long. Stop loss way below any of these swing lows. You could use this swing low, that one. This one happens to be with a 5-minute as well. Really crazy things here. This was going up and up and up, and then it finally closed below this. This would have been your area to get out. You would have basically just made back this right here. Your 28 points from this one, and then this one finally closed below right here. The reason you wouldn't have taken, actually, yeah, you would have taken this one. So this one would have been in right here. This would have been your close, and then your next entry would have been right there. And you're riding this down the whole time. I actually got in this one, and this is the one that got back all my losses that I was taking. So I rode this one to about right here, but your actual exit would have been about right there. So yeah, roughly the same area that I had gotten out at. Actually, I take that back. I had gotten out, I think about a little bit right there. So gave a couple points to that, but this would have been it. This trade right here, you could have taken this one long, but our MACD wasn't really in the best positions where it was close to that zero, really saying that we're going up. This could have easily been like a consolidation zone, but I remember seeing it and I was just kind of done. I had locked myself out of my accounts and I was done trading for the day. But overall, these were my trades. This should have been a great day. This should have been your break evens right here trades. This would have been a great trade. And then even if you weren't in that, you could have had this one right here. And if you decided to play a little bit longer, you could have jumped in around here-ish, maybe around the second crossing, or maybe like right here. This is your little window for entry. So anything from here to here, that's your window for entry on that trade. Let's just throw that on there. But overall, this should have been a really good day. Close that right there. You could have taken this one short, but this is going into 1400. And again, I don't like trading past that. It becomes desperation hour, for lack of better words, where people who basically messed up throughout the day are just trying to make something. And this one happened to trend just fine during those last couple hours, but sometimes the moves can be erratic past 1400. So really don't try to trade that. But yeah, that's my recap for the day.